Hello everyone and welcome to another of our FPL videos. Game week 8 has been over, which has been a pretty interesting game week because I believe most of us did not play with all of our players. Some of them even had 8 or 9 players playing with them, and out of them, I was one. So, before game week 9, let us review what has been quite up and down game week in terms of some players delivered a lot of points, like Salah, while some players like unexpected benchings. There were some unexpected benchings, but with the international break and specifically with the South American and North American players, the rules that are imposed with COVID and everything. I mean, Jimenez and Rafinha getting benched. Rafinha was, I mean, kind of expected. He played late, and similar to Rafinha, I mean, Cavani and Fred also did not play for their respective teams. Alisson too. So can't really do much about that. But Jimenez, I did not expect to be benched, or even if benched, I thought Jimenez would come as early as possible because he had regained his form. Anyways, so that was kind of uh, if I take that into account, I had Diaz, Alonso, Rafinha, Jota, and Jimenez, 5 players practically missing from my team. Diaz and Jimenez came on as a sub to give me 1 point. Jota and Rafinha did not come on at all. Rafinha was not even on the squad. And well, Alonso also did not come up. And Alonso has been the worst transfer I have ever made in FPL. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a knee-jerk reaction because, I mean, if it was a knee-jerk reaction, I would have taken him just after game week 1. I thought Alonso played well. He got called up to Spain because of his performances. He had a decent Nations League campaign, and I thought after that performance, surely Tuchel is not going to bench him completely. But suddenly, Chilwell, after starting, has is also firing. I mean, hauling into back-to-back matches, scoring goals into back-to-back matches, practically 3 because he scored for England too. I mean, it's just crazy. And Chelsea fans were ultimately telling that Chilwell is more of a starter than Alonso. I mean, Chilwell was having some issues, which was why he was kept out of the team. But Chilwell was always going to be the desired starter. There will still be rotation, yes, but I think I have read enough blogs from Chelsea fans and came to the conclusion that Chilwell, it will be like 60-40%. We'll have to see who plays in the Champions League night with Chelsea, obviously. But I made the switch. Yes, I made the switch from Alonso to Chilwell because I think, yeah, I mean, with my luck, I think Chilwell might be benched next game week too. But I still think, yes, that Chilwell is going to be the starter going on for Chelsea in the coming game week. So even if Chilwell is benched in the next game week, I wouldn't panic too much. I think I would have my defense would be a bit weak, and yeah, this game week also this is also something. I mean, my total was 57 and -4. It came down to 53. I could have gone up to 59 points. West Ham kept a clean sheet, but as luck would have it, I mean, literally none of my players were playing. Even the substitute bench, the players weren't playing. Uh, Sufal did not play. So yeah, I mean, if Sufal played, it would have been another 6 points. So let's hope he get fit for next game week because I mean, now that Cancelo has played back to back, Zinchenko hasn't started, although he's fit. There is talk that Cancelo might be benched next game week. I don't know what will happen. He stayed on for a long time. He wasn't sub. So yeah, if Cancelo is benched, I would need my subs Sufal to make that appearance. I also have Duffy in the bench, and Duffy has been my savior for many game weeks now. He has prevented a uh, huge rank drop for me, and I don't really expect him to do so in the next game week too, since Brighton are facing Manchester City. So I hope they will play. Now I had to take a hit. I mean, Rudiger has been seen in training. He's likely to play next game week. But I had to take the hit because I wasn't having enough players. So I took a hit to bring in Diaz in place of Rudiger, and Diaz also didn't play. So yeah, I mean the most craziest game week till now in this FPL season. And I'm keeping Diaz. I am happy with Diaz to go forward with two Man City defenders, Diaz and Cancelo. I'm fine. There is of course the rotation risk. I mean, it just proves that like no player is saved underpay. There is nothing called permanent underpay. So, but I'm happy with the Diaz transfer. I have already made the Alonso to Chilwell transfer. Okay, before talking about my other transfer, let's go over quickly over the past performance of my team. I have Sanchez 6 points, Cancelo 6, Diaz 1, Duffy 5, Goat captain 26 points, Rafinha nil, Greenwood 7, Jota nil, Benrahma 3, Ronaldo 2, and Jimenez 1. Ronaldo United, I mean, I don't have anything new to say. It's the same old. Yeah, I don't know when it will end. Ben Rama has been kind of quiet for a long time now. He scored that goal against United, but other than that, even Antonio too, West Ham on the offensive front, they have gone a bit quiet. I mean, the points are coming, but it's Jared Bowen who is on the end of those points and not our FPL picks. Greenwood, I would welcome those points, yes. And Greenwood scoring also makes sure that Ole cannot drop him now. I mean, yes, fixtures are tough, but I cannot afford to transfer out Greenwood now because Jota is also rotation prone now that Firmino is back. And I have to shift out Ronaldo too because I feel with the way United are playing, Greenwood has more of a chance to score than Ronaldo because United are literally creating zero chances for Ronaldo to score. And the goals that Greenwood scored are out of his individual brilliance. It's not like the teammates help him or anything. So with the fixtures like City, Tottenham, and Chelsea, I'm still keeping Greenwood because I can't afford to drop him out. Otherwise, I would have shifted him long ago. So the other transfer that I am planning to make for next game week is Ronaldo to Lukaku. I mean, I was very tempted by Vardy. Vardy has gone so under the radar. He has delivered consistent returns. No one is really talking about him much. The thing is, if Chelsea did not have Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich as their next three fixtures, I probably would have brought in Vardy. I know Lukaku has gone on this long dry spell without scoring goals, but Norwich, Newcastle, and also we have to keep in mind that Newcastle just sacked Steve Bruce. Now, yeah, people have been telling that Steve Bruce not a great manager, but they are in a now they will be in a transition and facing a Chelsea side who are so well organized. I mean, it could only help Chelsea. And even Norwich too. I know they kept a clean sheet in the earlier match, but it was against Brighton, so it's not really that much of a big deal. I think yeah, Norwich are a team to target, and Lukaku might score. But the main thing is that even if I bring in Lukaku, I'm not really bringing him in to captain him. I'm just bringing him in because I think Lukaku has more chance of scoring than Ronaldo. I am pretty much sure Ronaldo can't score against Liverpool. There is no chance because we won't even, I don't think we can even get the ball to him in the box. So even if I bring in Lukaku, I am going to captain Salah. I'm pretty set up on this with the way Salah has been playing. I mean, I thought the match against Atletico Madrid will be a cagey match, kind of defensive. It will be hard from the to break down, but yeah, the first half was they totally destroyed Atletico Madrid's defense, which is far better constructed defense than ours. And I can only think what Salah will do to our team. So
But
I
the
know like
match is
people
in
have
Old
been saying,
Trafford, right?
yeah, the match is in Old Trafford.
I
It's
mean,
true, it's
Klopp's
true. But
record in Old Trafford isn't the best, so all things considered, fingers crossed.
true.
Hmm.
There is also another thing to consider. Many people have been saying that whenever United have been in a pinch, after all, it's a derby. And even I remember the 2019 season, United was struggling a lot. We did not have good players, but
Yeah.
it was a 1. Rashford scored on the counter and then Lalana scored. Yes, there are times like this when we have stopped Liverpool dead on their tracks. But this year, I don't feel confident at all. I feel the team is disorganized. There are two factors that has really set me up to captain Salah. First of all, the defense disorganization. It's in pieces. Maguire I mean, he has been injured. He's not match fit. I mean, being fit and being match fit are two different things. So I don't think he's match fit. Shaw has publicly come out and say that he's still carrying some sort of injury, and Ole is still playing him. So yeah, I think the way Salah is just dancing through the midfield, I saw in the last game too, and the way Maguire just stood for Leicester's goals, I am set up on Salah. I mean, I can see Old Trafford getting quiet in the next match. So yeah, I'm just going with my gut feeling this time because I know like I have played fixtures over form this season, and even against City, I mean, Salah had a good record against City. I saw the official Twitter of FPL posting it, and I had a gut feeling, but I still captain Ronaldo because he had the better fixture. So this time I'm just going to go with my gut. I will see tonight's game, Ronaldo against Atlanta, and how United play. And if I don't find like if I find United a bit shaky, like they are usually doing now, I'll be a sure shot on Salah as a captain.
Definitely.
Okay, let's move on to your team now.
Yeah, so I mean, and I just made the average points. Like average points are 49 and my points are 50. With a hit, it will be 46. I know I have taken a hit, but I mean, I say this was a better week than the last 2 weeks, definitely, because but at the same time, this week had such potential to be a high scoring week, but still it didn't end up like that, owing to two factors: that Diaz didn't start, first of all, which could have given the double clean sheet for Manchester City, and second of all, which is the most frustrating point of view, because I had taken the wild card solely because of bringing in Lukaku with the fixtures he had, but like uh, Chelsea's it Brentford wasn't an easy fixture, definitely. I mean, the way Brentford has been playing against the top five teams in Premier League, the way they are playing fearlessly and attacking and organized at the back. I mean, it was evident that even though the fixture difficulty rate said that it was a, I mean, FDR said it was a 2 or 3, I think, but it would have never been a 2 or 3. I mean, it was almost a FDR 4 level match for Chelsea, and actually Chelsea kind of got saved, got all the 3 points owing to their goalkeeper, who made some really good saves at the last 10 to 15 minutes. But the fact is that even all things considered, Lukaku is getting those chances, but still he's not converting the chances. I mean, against Brentford, he had got the chance, but he ran offside, which I think was really early. The run was really early. Then he hit the crossbar against Southampton from point blank range. I mean, for those who played wild card and brought Lukaku, I mean, a lot of managers brought in Lukaku. It's kind of a frustrating view, but I mean, it's not really something to get demotivated right now, because, as you said, the fixtures are coming up: Newcastle, Burnley, and Norwich. I mean, these are the best three fixtures that Chelsea can afford to, produce some high scoring matches, like not like 1-0s and 2-1s, but pretty high scoring matches. And Norwich aren't at all the best in shape, and Newcastle also, they sacked Steve Bruce, and since they're in a transition, facing a well organized Chelsea, I mean, that's really, I mean, it's kind of the worst time to face Chelsea now. So I hope that Lukaku scores, and I still have my patience. But the thing is that disappointed with Arsenal, because Arsenal showed really good again, played really well against Tottenham. Even though they didn't keep the clean sheet, but they looked formidable. They were solid at the back against Brighton, even though not the most prolific going forward. But conceding 2 goals against Palace kind of, I mean, Palace are a good team this year. I mean, Vieira is doing a really good job, but still, conceding 2 goals against Palace. I mean, the start they had with Aubameyang scoring, I thought that Arsenal will run riot, and even I thought that they will keep the clean sheet and the 6 points will come from the bench for Ben White, but it's kind of really. things went off track, and then at the last minute, even though Ben White took the shot at goal and Lacazette scored the rebound, it's kind of, I was waiting for the news that did he get the assist, did he get the assist, but no, obviously the luck wasn't on my side, and it said that it deflected off Martinelli, so the assist will go to him. So yeah, it was further depression, FPL depression, but still, I mean, captain delivered definitely, but I'm really, really disappointed with my forward line. I mean, West Ham, I thought this was a scoring fixture for them because Everton aren't the most convincing at the back. And I think West Ham should have done better against them, even though I think they won the match. Yeah, they won the match with Ogbona's header, but still, I think they could have, they had potential to score more goals in that match. So yeah, Antonio, 1 point. I hoped that he would have scored in this match, but it didn't happen. So Benrahma, the start he had, I mean, we predicted that there would have been a time that a stop will come, but yeah, that stop came. But again, I mean, he couldn't reach that form again as he started of the season. And I think it's interesting because West Ham does have some very tough fixtures in the next five. I think in the next 4 to 5 game weeks, and I mean, for those who have tripled up or doubled up on West Ham, I mean, for me also. I mean, I have two West Ham players in my team, so it's time for an executive decision because as you said, the points are coming from West Ham, but it's from either Jared Bowen or Pablo Fornals. These players are getting those points, but not Benrahma and Antonio for now. So that's one thing to be real considered. That first thing, that Benrahma and Antonio aren't scoring, and second of all, with the fixtures they are having. So yeah, that's another thing. So if I go through my team quickly, White 1, Diaz 1, Cancelo 6. Robert Sanchez also kind of saved this week with the clean sheet points, as you said. Uh, that Duffy also kept the clean sheet for you. I mean, you got the double clean sheet from Brighton. And Salah captain delivered again. Saka got injured. I think he was really unlucky. I mean, he's a the way, I mean, he's a major threat. He's the, I think, the only major threat in Arsenal side who like kind of dribbles, creates those chances. And after he got
And
substituted
maybe
off. Mhm.
Son and assisted probably.
I beg your pardon. And then listen.
Saka was substituted and Pepe came in, right?
Now Pepe started. It was, I think, Lokonga came in place of Saka. Yeah, I mean, Saka, he had a good first half, but that injury kind of forced him to get subbed off in the second half, start of the second half. That was really unfortunate. And Gallagher, I think Gallagher had a pretty good game, even though he didn't get any points. But I think at a 5.7 player, he's still a good asset to keep. He gets into some really good positions. He creates many chances, and I didn't expect that he will be giving hauls, that too against Arsenal. So that's that. And Benrahma 3, Antonio 1, Wang Hee-chan 2, and Lukaku 2. I mean, Wang Hee-chan also is a budget forward, and he's a good budget forward to have in the team. Obviously, he won't score day in and out, but he's still in good form. And I hope with Jimenez and him both starting, I hope that he gets on the score sheet soon again. And yeah, in the bench, Foster 1, Alonso nil, Rafinha nil, and Rudiger nil. Now, coming to transfer, kind of it was a mistake from my side because I kind of made it in a haste, and at the same time, kind of can work as a tactic. I kind of removed Rudiger and brought in Chilwell. Now, the thing is that having two left backs kind of has its advantage and disadvantage. The disadvantage is that it eats up a lot of funds. Obviously, two high budget defender kind of eats up a lot of funds. Second, the advantage is that one of them are sure to start, and I can get at least one guaranteed clean sheet point from Chelsea, provided that they keep the clean sheet, of course. But with the fixtures they have, you would expect that they will be keeping the clean sheet against those teams. So I mean, yeah, it's not the best of tactics, but since I made the transfer, I already taken two hits until now, till game week 8, and I don't want to take any more hits because my rank is a mess and I don't want to make it further messier. So yeah, I think I will start both the left backs and give that advantage to my bench. I mean, whoever gets 0 points will be benched, and my substitute will be coming on rather than having one Chelsea defender on the bench. Because if the bench defender doesn't start, then my second sub will go to waste. So yeah, so kind of this is my plan for now. I also brought in Chilwell, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad tactic
Mm,
because whoever starts, we have seen that Alonso and Chilwell both are getting forward. Both have been performing well. It's not like
exactly.
uh, bad and other one has been good. So it can work out. And I think when you bought Chilwell, I think he was only 5.6.
Yeah, yeah.
So you didn't really like lose a lot of funds in transferring Rudiger to Chilwell. So it's not a bad
Actually,
different
it was a
bad
point
tactic.
one gain because Rudiger is I think on 5.7.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Then better. And
yeah,
you already had a split then, so I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think like you need this tactic could work really innovative. And so for next game, with Lukaku captain.
This is like the points you said are really to be considered because the form is a big thing now in FPL, and provided there is this home away thing, and I think form affects a lot right now. And as we saw last season, there were anomalies like Suchek and Gundogan who were CDM scoring goals. This season, there are no anomalies, and the expected players are scoring goals. So the form Salah is in. I mean, one thing, if this was at Anfield, this game, I would have definitely gone for Salah. I wouldn't have looked either way. Provided that Klopp doesn't have a good track record at Old Trafford, even though Liverpool is in form, I think United does, even though they aren't the most organized team right now. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still Manchester United. So I think they have the firepower to stop this rampant Liverpool side. But if they can or not is a different question. And so for now, I am
I
inclined
think it
towards Salah because I lost those points against City, even though I considered captaining him against City because I knew he had a good track record against City. Still, I didn't win for him and I lost those captaincy points. So I think this time I will also go with my gut and go for Salah, even though the obvious pick will be Lukaku.
yeah, I think like when people say that United stopped United stopped Liverpool previously.
Yeah,
Like under Mourinho, Valencia and Ashley Young put in a great performance. Then under Solskjaer, Wan Bissaka and Shaw put in a great performance. But I mean, Mourinho had a defensive structure. He had a defensive form. He played that way. Solskjaer doesn't really play that defensive. But last year, when he set up against the big teams, he used a back five. And using a back five, he countered the team, and that's why, since he used a back five, he could stop Liverpool. But and if this year, if he uses a back five, I'm
yeah,
sure he can stop Liverpool. But if he uses a back five after the transfers we had made, in
exactly.
terms of the number we have, he will be eaten alive by the fans. So, yeah, I mean, if they play a four back with McTominay and Fred, because I'm sure Pogba will not play in the midfield versus Liverpool. It will be McTominay and Fred. I am still not sure that they can because as I said, it's a mess and as you said, form. I mean, the last the last night's match versus Atletico Madrid, they played in Atletico Madrid's home leg. They played in
Exactly.
Madrid.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, like the crowd was cheering Atletico Madrid all around, and we know Simeone plays a defensive setup, how well coached the team is, and still the first goal that Salah scored, and yeah, there was probably a bit of a deflection or something like that, but the way he cut across all the defenders right across the pitch and then shot, I mean, it was crazy, and he has been doing it since the City match. So yeah, I mean, I think form over fixture applies here,
Exactly.
and yeah, like even if it doesn't work out, it won't be a bad move. It won't
Exactly.
be a bad move. If
Absolutely.
Lukaku, Even if Lukaku suddenly scores and Salah doesn't score, it won't be a bad move because I think like I believe that Salah will be the most captain player despite the fixture against United. I mean, if it was, I mean, I know they have already played City and Chelsea, but let's say they hadn't played and Salah was this kind of a form and they were going to play City and Chelsea, I think people would have still given a second thought to it that, okay, they're playing two good defensive sides. I mean, not Captain Salah. But since it's United and since United are in a regressive form and Salah is in a progressive form, I think that just like plays a
Definitely,
very
definitely, absolutely. The thing about United is that, I mean, the team structure is important first and foremost. And to be honest, I mean, this is a controversial thought, but I really didn't think that United really needed Ronaldo. I mean, I think Greenwood could have done well as a central striker.
you know the thing is Ronaldo wanted to leave
Yeah,
Juventus and of course like we know he couldn't go to City. I mean it would be a scandal. So and Glazers love money. Ronaldo brings short sales.
and
So yeah, I mean
definitely. Yeah.
think about it. After Bruno came, we don't need Pogba because they don't play well together. They're both creative
And
and
even if they have to play together, then Pogba has to go wider. I mean, he plays in that role well when Bruno plays in centrally. Yeah,
yeah, and we are going into the last year of Pogba. We could have done better by selling him at the start of the season and could have earned at least a few of the money that we have spent for him.
exactly.
I am telling you, if because like Pogba, Pogba wants to go further up the field. Bruno wants to go further up the field. Bruno basically plays as a second striker. I mean
Yeah.
that midfield is the midfield is completely
There's that
like
empty
zero.
hole. Yeah. And Fred and McTominay aren't the best center defensive midfields in the world who will cover alone all that space in the middle. Yeah.
It's mad, and this is why I think I mean that is kind of a like this totally feels like Mourinho's third season,
Yeah.
and we know what like happened in that Liverpool match. So I mean, as a United fan, I'm still saying I'm hoping kind of the same. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's good enough for today, and we'll see you guys in the next week. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.